I'm going to do a little short video here on my e-bike. It's a Bafang. The motor is a Bafang BBSHD. It's 1,000 watts of power, and it'll really go. I have two batteries on there. I have a 13 amp in the back and a 20 amp on the crossbar. And when I hit that throttle, if I use the throttle, it'll go about 35 miles an hour. I'm going to take a ride into Dana Point. I'm not going to go 35 miles an hour. I always usually just use the pedal assist, and I'll use it on the second gear. First gear gives me about 150 watts. The second speed gives me like 350. The third gives me 500. Fourth will give me 750, and then 1,000 watts if I go on a very high gear in the fifth, which I rarely only use the upper ones when I'm climbing steep hills. Let's watch the video. This is my e-bike set up in its dual battery configuration. You notice I got about a 20 amp battery there, and another, I think it's like a 13 amp battery here. I'm going to take it for a ride, and I have this thing on there called a battery blender, and I'll show you a picture of that. I'm going to take it for a ride. I'm here in Laguna Niguel. I'm going to try to go into San Clemente and take a look at the Casa Romantica. So let's just see how it goes. Here is my starting mileage. I'm really only using one battery at a time. This battery blender will do, I can run both of them in parallel. I don't know how it does it, especially given that these are lithium ions. But it's not hard to manage. I can drive it easy enough. And then I'm just cruising about 15 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour, into the wind. Not much exercise. Well, I'm getting good exercise. The e-bikes, they've done studies, you get almost as much exercise as a regular bike, just a little bit less. But you're out in the sun. Hell, I'm 65 years old. Out in the sun, getting a little exercise, it's a good deal. I want to be very careful. I'm doing this with my phone. Here's the old San Juan Creek Bridge. If I get a video going over the bridge. Now, when I'm doing this, so I'm doing it one-handed. Now, this video was done with a combination of my iPhone and a hand camera. There's a little homeless person on the side of the bridge. You never know what you're going to see when you're on these rides. She was kind of bedraggled. I made it over the bridge. I'll have to edit some of that film. I'm on the creek trail now, heading into Doheny. This creek trail is about 4 miles from beginning to end, and it takes you all the way into Doheny State Beach. I thought I would stop here, do a quick video. There it is with the two battery configuration. It's a little heavy with two batteries, but it's all right. I got my alarm on there. Let's see if we can get the alarm to work. And I'm just going to ride. I'm going to keep it in a low mode, like 350 watts for the entire ride. You see the beach now, all the way in the back foreground, or maybe that's the background. Oh, the film got a little blurry here. The camera must have got a little smudged. There we are at Doheny State Beach. It was a beautiful afternoon out there. It was on the 23rd, like I said. I meant to take a picture. Here it's going to come up. I meant to take a picture of, try to get a picture of the San Clemente Pier from here. But what I got was a surfer. I'll zoom up on him. Like I said, I didn't know what I was going to get. When I went out there, it was was it a dual-masted sailboat? I believe it was the Pilgrim. We have a boat station out there called the Pilgrim, modeled after Richard Henry Dana's boat that he took out here in the 1700s. And he wrote a story about it. I forget the name of it. 3 years before the mast, I think was the name of it. His experience of coming out to California in the 1700s. Boom! There she goes. It was a beautiful day, though. The boat looks great, don't you think? This is Doheny State Beach, the parking area. Yeah, they have a little parking area right there at Doheny State Beach. You come in the front of the beach, and you can go out there, and then you park your cars, and people go out to the beach and spend all day there. This is the little road along the beach in the San Clemente. I set it up just for bikers. That's a nice little side road. It's about 4 miles, goes from San Clemente to Capistrano Beach. I used to run it in the summertime just for the exercise. It's really nice out here. On my journey, I am on the beach trail leading all the way up to the pier. Pan. It's back along the way I came. All the way into Doheny. A little moment of meditation. Many times our lives are like waves in the ocean. They crest, they go down, and then they fall back into the ocean. Isn't that how our lives are? It's momentary at best. A little pause for meditation here in Southern California. Here we are on the beach, on the pier. Really nice day, afternoon. Oh, careful there, partner. And it was a really nice day. You can see the surfers along the side. I was out here, I think it was on a Wednesday afternoon, not very crowded. It gets much more crowded in the, gets much more crowded in the summer and on the weekends. There's the Casa Romantica, a home built by Ole Hansen back in the 1920s. Ole Hansen spent some time in La Paz, Mexico, and was kind of enamored by the style there. So he came back here. He was a property speculator, a realtor, and decided to build a town of San Clemente, modeled on the La Paz city life. And that's the mansion he built for himself back in the 1920s. I spent some time there as a groundskeeper way back, about 34 years ago when I was having some problems in my life. But they allowed me to do some groundskeeping jobs there. So I had run of the whole grounds. There's some ground erosion there you'll see in the video. And that's why I took a look out there. I'll see how much damage is done if the mansion is going to fall. And here we are at the keyhole of the mansion. And, I had some interesting experiences out there at the mansion. There is a ghost out there. And I'll show you a bit of the back building of the ballroom in a minute. And one time out on the patio, there's a keyhole of the mansion, the key to the city. And there it is, the mansion itself, the inside, the grass area used to be a pond way back in the 20s. In the back there is the ballroom. where I had my little ghostly encounter. Something came up behind me. You could hear the footsteps fall. And then I looked behind me. There was nothing there. I look at the beach, and it happened again. And it was an interesting experience. And I had some other experiences there. Here is the ride home. I'm back in Doheny, and there's Saddleback Mountain in the background. Just pretty to see. You don't often get to see that. I'm originally from Indiana. We don't have mountains like that in Indiana. And here is the trip mileage for the way home. 27.6 miles. I did that all on my 13 amp battery. I could have easily got 30 miles. So I didn't even need to go into the second battery. Even though they both run, they can run in parallel with that battery blender. I just wanted to see how far that one would take me and get an idea how far I can get on two batteries. So I could probably get a good 70, 80 miles on two batteries and, just be gone all day and goof around all day and get home adequately. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my little video. Take a look at my other videos over on John's Tarot. I'm on the internet as that as well. Have a great day. Thanks for viewing my little video. Thanks. Bye-bye.